There's a cry. There's a cry from a mother who just lost another child.
It's well. It's well. It's
I'm not taking any of my thing. That's all.
It's well. It's well. It's well.
Forced eviction is not a solution to anything. It's not a solution to urbanization. And the areas that the rich and the powerful and governments always assault, the people they always displace, the people whose properties they always destroy without any sense of responsibility. They always do this because they want to grab the land occupied by the poor. Demolishing anyone's living quarters, any community, is an assault on the human rights of the people. Because it's a clear-cut right to housing for everyone. Just like there's a clear-cut accepted right to clean water. Of course, client safety, the right to food. And so demolishing any community is a multiple assault on the human rights of the people. The right to life, the right to dignity, the right to safe food, right to water, and of course the right to also carry on economic activities that help both them and the families who depend on them. So there's actually no way whatsoever to defend any action that governments or the rich or powerful people would take to demolish communities, to dispossess people, and to displace people from their homes. There's no way to justify it.
There's a cry from a young boy in a city running wild. There's a cry from a mother who just lost another child. There's a cry from a people who have nothing more to lose. Everything that they live for has been wasted and abused. There's a cry from a river.
One of the things that really touched my heart was seeing the poor girl sitting on a wreck of what had been the resource center for learning provided by Seahope. To see the poor struggling to scavenge their property, things they suffered to own, the little they could own, demolished without any feeling. those children who are the future leaders of Nigeria being traumatized just because some people want to grab the land on which their parents had brought them up. And all the assault, those who are assaulting these children, because they are helpless, they're small, they can't fight anyone, forget that they have rights. They forget that these children have rights. The rights of children to safety, the right to life, every human right. Children have every right to every human right. And then they have special rights as children. Demolishing their homes, sending them into the cold, does not recognize the fact that these children need to be protected. But this also is a manifestation of the kind of exploitation and the kind of terror that the state has visited on its citizens by lack of care.
There's a cry from a mother who just lost another child. There's a cry from a people who have nothing more to lose. Everything.
And it's not even enough for government officials or for whoever to visit communities that have been demolished and just make some platitudes that you're going to investigate, you're going to do this and that. If you are in a position to do something immediately. Nobody's going to wait. The children are not going to wait to have a roof over their shelter after 10 years. They need a roof over their heads right now. They need to be protected right now. They need to have access to education right now. They have to have access to recreation right now. They have to have access to the help that comes from other citizens who care about them. And so if the system does not provide this care, and yet the little that they have is being taken away from them, it's not just a crime. It's not just oppression. It's not wickedness. It's also a sin.
No food, no water. Now let children where they come on, nothing they do. You never give person date. One day say na tomorrow go come. So you not give 2 days, make it tomorrow, you go feel come. You go broke us, nothing. Tuesday, some morning, around 9 o'clock, the thing will happen.
On the 21st, as with all of us, we day house. We did not know what wanted to happen that day. So around 10 o'clock or 9, some people just came and started pushing us that we should go outside. Most of us were not even able to pack all our load. Most of us were just running scattered. Nobody even had chance to hold their child. That's why they were just pursuing us outside. So when the caterpillar started breaking the site, even the water activating the doors, everything, they scattered. The computer center where we normally learn computer and some other subjects during the summer time, they also scattered. They did not even allow us to even open the place to use the computers. That's how they scattered all the computers, and we're not able to pack any of them.
Now, to see this kind of thing is very painful. Yes. Number one, because some people get power, and they use that power to oppress other people. Then get house where then they stay inside. They don't want people to have house to stay in. I believe as we stay together, they share ideas about what to do. I see hope they come here. All of us will stay where we're there. We also look for how to join hands to help you. For sure.
Has been committed. People's homes have been destroyed. People's means of livelihood have been destroyed in Lagos State, and we have a government. It's time for government to redeem itself. If government did not order the destruction of Monkey Village, or even if the government ordered the destruction of Monkey Village, government has to recognize the fact that you did not just destroy physical structures, you destroyed human lives. You put people at great risk, children, the aged, everyone at great risk. And right now, many of the people who have been displaced are homeless. They've been added to the teeming number of homeless people in the city and in the nation. And we're calling on the Lagos State government to take immediate steps to ensure, number one, that this sort of degradation, this sort of destruction does not occur again in Monkey Village or any other part of Lagos State. Number two, that those who have been displaced are taken care of, provided internally displaced people's camp, just like we have in other parts of the country, that their homes are restored and the people are returned to where they've lived for years.
I want them to help us. Give us money, make we rent house. Give me money, man, plenty something, so I lost.
There's a cry from a mother who just lost another child. There's a cry from a people who have nothing more to lose. Everything that they live for has been wasted and abused. There's a cry from a river that has nowhere to flow. And the broad of the river was lost so long ago. And I cried for a reason that only heaven knows. Where did they go wrong? How can we go on? Only hope remains the answer.
Whoa, so much trouble, yeah. So much, oh yeah. Let me tell you why I'm living my life like there is no tomorrow. Let me tell you why I'm doing my things the way I'm doing it now. I know go low, many trouble. We are sitting on a time bomb. Every day of our life, things are happening, nobody want to know. So much tension in the world. Can't you see the handwriting on the wall? Yeah, no more peace in the world. What you every day is bombing our world. Too much trouble in the world. Lord save my life. So much worries in the world. I wanna clear my mind. Too much trouble in the world. Lord save our lives. So much worries in the world. Not the one where another man steal another man property, then call him smart man.